We are doing tutorial 4-5 on the top of page 157. First step is to save your map document. This is what your map should look like after you finish the Your Turn part on page 156. This matches what's in the image on page 156. And I've already saved it as tutorial 4-5, so go ahead and save yours as 4-5, and then we'll go on to step number 2. And we want to right-click Tracks over here and go to Joins and Relates, and we're going to remove all joins. Okay. Now the joins are what got us all of this, the data that we're displaying here with the colors in our map. So when we remove that, all those colors are going to go away as well. Okay. Now it says open the tracks table, and what they mean by that is open attribute table here. And then we want to scroll over to the end here, and whoops, I've already played with that a little bit, so we're going to delete the field. And so now mine should look like yours, and now what we want to do is we want to go here and we want to add a field. Okay, and we're going to add X and Y coordinates here for the horizontal and vertical, and it needs to be typed double. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to add another field. I'm going to call this field Y, and it's going to be a double as well. Click on OK. And now I want to right click in the header and choose Calculate Geometry, and it says do I want to do that, and the answer is yes, I do. And okay, so we're going to go with the defaults here. They don't really explain why. Click on OK and click on yes. And we're going to do the same thing here with the Y coordinate, and calculate geometry, yes. And property here should be the Y coordinate of the centroid, and click on OK and click on yes, and then close the attribute table when we're done. And now the Your Turn part at the top of page 158 says that we want to rejoin the census tract data table to the tracks layer. So let's close this and let's go back over here and let's do a join. And I want to join stuff in the table called census tract data, and I want to join the GeoID number with the GeoID over here. Click on OK. And now we want to open the tracks attribute table. So and click the table options arrow down here, and then we're going to click export. And the output table that we're going to export is going to be, we want to go to the chapter 4 folder, so chapter 4, and change the save as type to file geodatabase tables, and double click on, let me see, I'm in my assignments, I'm supposed to be in my exercises, chapter 4. Okay, and double click on this and change the name to tract centroids, and click on save, click on OK, and yes, we want to add the new table to the current map. And it says to check on it. We'll skip that part. Close the attribute table. So let's close it. And now we want to create a feature class from an XY table. Okay, so on the menu bar, click on Windows Catalog, and this opens the ArcGIS program, or a subset of the Catalog program at least. And we want to expand the chapter 4.gdb file. So let's go to and that is in here, and it's under my exercises, chapter 4, and the chapter 4 GDB file, and right click tracked centroids, which is right here, and we want to create a feature class from the XY table. And click on this button here in the middle. And we want to click on the Add Coordinate System button, which is right here. And we want to import. And we want to go to Chapter 4, and we want to double-click Tracks. And they are using the GCS North American 1983 coordinate system. And let's click on OK. And now we want to click the Browse button for output here. And change the Save As type to File and Personal Geodatabase Feature Classes. And double click the chapter 4.gdb, and again we're in the wrong place here, so I want to go to my exercises, chapter 4.gdb, and the name is going to be Census Tract Centroids. And click on Save and click on OK. And now we have added this to our geodatabase, and now we're going to drag this over, and we want it to be the top layer here, and it's not dropping on the top for me. Let's try it there, and maybe we'll have to okay, and it looks like I missed that, so let's go back and try that again. So let's go to Arc Catalog here. And what I was supposed to drag over was Census Tract Centroids, not Tract Centroids. So let's drag that over. That should go up here, and it's not. Okay. Let's try Plan B here. Let's see if we can add it. And it works that way. Okay. And then I don't think I need this anymore. I'm just going to remove that. Okay. So now what we've got are a bunch of dots here that apparently there's one in the center of every one of our census tracts. And we're now on step number 8 on the top of page 159. Open the cities attribute table. Right click and go to Open Attribute Table. And click the row selector for Phoenix to select that record in Polygon on the map. So here is Phoenix. And then we will close it. And now we have a blue line around it, just like in the image on page 159, except they apparently have a clear or white background, whereas I have a purple background, but the blue line is the same. It's outlining the city limits of Phoenix. Step number 9, right click cities over here and click zoom to selected features. Sorry, first selection and then zoom to selected features. Okay, so this is what we have selected from the cities table, so it's just zooming in and making that fill most of the map. And then what we're going to do is at the bottom of page 159 in the table of contents, right click the tracks layer and click properties, and we're going to go to the Symbology tab. And in the show panel we want quantities, graduated colors, and we want pop Hispanic here, and down here we want pop total. So that's going to take the Hispanic population and divide it by the total population, so we'll get a percentage of Hispanics in each census tract. And for classify we want quantile, and click on OK. We want the color map to be yellow through brown, so we're looking for yellow on this side, and that must be this one right here. And change the color ramp. Okay. And now we're on the top of page 160. And in the Symbology tab, click the label header to the right of the symbol and range headings. And click the numeric category. Click Format Labels. Now click the numeric category over here. Change the number of decimal places to 2. And click on OK. And click on OK. And now this should look like the background layer on the bottom of page 160. And now what we're going to do is we're going to make some changes to these dots here that appear in each one of our census tracts. So we're going to go over here and we're going to right click and choose properties for this, and going to go to Symbology tab, and we want the size range just a minute. In the show panel, quick quantities, graduated symbols. Okay, and then under fields, change the value to PC income, and then change the symbol size range from 2 to 10. And click the template button, choose circle 2, and click on OK. And for classification, we want 5 classes, which is the default, and we want the method to be quantile. And click on OK. And in the Symbology tab, click the label header again. Click Format Labels, and we want the numeric category, and we want to change number of decimal places to 0. And click on OK, and click on OK. And now what we have is the green dots here represent the per capita income of each census tract, and we've got some really small ones here that actually don't show up as green. I'm not sure I like that. I'd like to be able to see the green a little better, but that's what they did in the book. And my numbers are different over here. Mine go from 0. Theirs goes to 19,112. So I'm not quite sure. I'm going to go back and double check on that and see why, if I can figure out why my numbers are different from theirs. Okay, I found out what the deal is. We're going to go back here to our census tract centroids, and we're going to go to properties, and we're going to go to the Symbology tab, and it's graduated symbols. And I'm going to change one thing here. This will not match what's in the book, but I don't like having the black dot, which is basically what this appears to be because it's so small. So instead of, I'm going to add 2 to each end here, so we're going to go from 4 to 12 for the size of our dots, and now you can see I've got green dots for everything. They're all a little bit bigger, but they're still proportional. And these numbers here don't match, and the reason they don't match is because they told us to use the quantile system, which we did, but what they actually used is natural breaks. And if you look at the numbers now, those are the numbers that they have in their table of contents in the image on page 160. So that's like a little mistake in the book here. Now click on OK. And now, except for the fact that our dots are all a little bit bigger, should look pretty much the same as the image that's on page 160, and that brings us to the end of tutorial 4-5. One more thing, we need to save this, so let's just go up here and click on save tutorial 4-5, and now we're good.